To flash the firmware, you have to go to the Frsky homepage, frsky-rc.com, I think, and you have to download the right firmware for this receiver, and then you take it on the SD card on the transmitter in the firmware folder of the SD card. Now I'll show you how to flash the firmware without the cable. You go to the system folder, system menu, then you navigate to the SD card. In the firmware folder, this firmware Archer X.2.1.5 is the right firmware for this receiver, and now we want to flash the receiver. First, we go to the firmware, we say enter, then he asks how we want to flash. We want to flash by OTA. We go to OTA, we say okay. We have to switch on the power on the receiver, select the receiver SR8, okay. Then he says the current version is 2.1.5, is the newest version, but I want to show you how to flash. And then we say okay, enter. And now OTA is updating the receiver. And updating successful. Enter. That's it. Okay, here we have the transmitter menu, the main menu for the model. I think you know that when you're using OpenTX. We go to the mixer page. Here I have all my mixers for the model. Important for us now is the channel 9 to 12. These 4 channels you need for the gyro receiver. Channel 9, I'm using channel 9 is for the sensitivity of the gyro. You can do it with this knob, and you can regulate the sensitivity when you're flying the model with this knob. This is channel 9. You can pause the video and can look how did I do that. Channel 10, 11 are the channels for the different modes, for the automatic mode and the stabilization mode, and for the off position, of course. And very important is the channel 12. Channel 12 is for the self-test mode. I'm using this kind of switch here. I'm using this for the automatic mode. When you read the instructions, then they will tell you you have to use a 3-position switch for the self-test to start the self-test. But I tested it, it's not correct. You can use this kind of switch, but you have to change a little thing in the mixer. We go into the channel 12. I show you. I have 2 mixer lines here. I have minus the 0 position of this switch is minus 100, and when I hit the switch to the end, I have plus 100. That's all you need. But I show you. When we go into the channel 12, I go into the mixer, then you see nothing. Okay, we have to go to the other line, to the plus 100 line, of course. We go to the plus 100 line, and then you see I have slowing up the movement a little bit. 0.0 seconds is It's okay for this function. That's pretty much it. Now what we do is, first we want to calibrate the receiver. I am doing it with a little wooden part. I show you. I'm using something like this. It's flat and it's a little bit easier to calibrate. Now I switch the positions here. Now to the calibration of the receiver. You have to switch on your transmitter, then you have to switch on the receiver. Now the receiver is off. Now we take it on.
Telemetry recovered.
And we wait. The connection is okay. And now we using a Lua script for the calibration of the receiver. Now we go to the system menu of the transmitter. You see here the system menu. And the first page of the system menu are the tools. Here, see the tools. We're searching for the Lua script for calibration this kind of receivers. When you're using the older receivers from Frsky, the S8R or S6R, this kind of receivers, then you know you have to use this kind of Lua script. Now we're using the newer one. We're searching here, stabilization RX Cali. This we want to execute. And now you can read what they want as they bring the receiver to this position, to the back side, the antennas to the front, and then when you're ready, press enter. Okay, we are ready, press enter. Now you see, we have to switch the receiver 180 degrees. Connectors to the back, antennas to the front. We hit OK. We're waiting a little bit. Now the Frsky writing to me the connectors to the upper position. That's why I'm using this little wood part, and I can take it like this, 90 degrees. Okay, I'm ready. Go. Now we turn 180 degrees to the down. The writing is to my position. Ready? Okay. The LED is a little bit blinking when the calibration is going. Then you have to wait a little bit. And now the last one, last position. No, not the last. Once more. You always have to look of the writing of the antennas showing to me, connectors to the front. Calibration completed. That's all. On the self-test, we have to hit the channel 12 switch for starting the self-test. Then the gyro in the receiver is calibrating himself in the 0 position. Normally you have to do this when the receiver is already built in the model and every servo is connected to the receiver. And then you have to level the model in a neutral position or the nose a little bit up, just a little bit. And you have to level the model how good it is possible. And then don't move the model when you're doing the self-test or the calibration or the gyro calibration or the servo calibration. I don't know. I call it the self-test. In this case, I want to show you how look the self-test here on the table. You don't have to calibrate the throttle channel. With the older one receivers, you have to calibrate also the throttle channel. But the newer receivers want to calibrate channel 1 to channel 6. 5 and 6 you have also calibrate. when you're using the channel 5 and 6 for, in my case, I'm using channel 5 and 6 for the rudder, for the gear and for the flaps, but you have also calibrate this channel. You have to move the sticks or the switches also, then the movements are learning into the receiver. But except the throttle channel, you don't have to calibrate the throttle channel. When you want to start the self-test mode, the throttle have to be minus 100 when you want to start the self-test. Otherwise the self-test don't start. Okay. Now we do the procedure, and then you will see start the self-test mode, then the LED here will blink in blue. When the LED starts to blink, then you have 8 or 9 seconds time to move all the sticks and all the switches from channel 1 to channel 6, depends what you're using, to the maximum position. All the sticks and all the switches you use, you have to bring it to the maximum position in every direction, except the throttle stick. The throttle stick don't have to be moved for this procedure. Okay, after that the receiver will save these positions and the rudder will move in, and then that means the procedure is finished. Now we do this procedure and then you will see. Turn on the receiver. Okay, receiver is on. Nothing is working yet because we don't have to learn the ways. And now we start the self-test mode. Okay, blue LED is solid, now it's blinking. Now you have to move every stick, every switch. That's all. LED is blinking. Okay, that means the self-test is done. Now the gyro is calibrated, the rudder ways are saved in the receiver, and that's all. Now we can check ailerons, rudder, elevator, ailerons, rudder. Okay.
Flaps down, landing.
Flaps.
Flaps down, flaps up. Gear down.
Gear.
Gear up. Gear down. Gear up.
Okay. That's it. I hope this video is useful for you, and I hope this kind of video is interesting for you. Maybe something for the next video. When you're interested in it, then you can write me a comment in the descriptions below. Then we'll do a video about this.